That might be the loudest cheer I get the entire time. Can we start over? Because I'm really in a hole if we're stuck. And you've all seen this once already, so. Yes, all right. Go, all right. I am Bryce Donovan. I am the handsome gentleman on the right in the velour t-shirt there. That picture was taken in 1980. I was 5 years old. Growing up in the 80s was great because back then you didn't have to worry about stuff like identity theft or being called a rapist because you had a mustache like my dad's. Right now I'm betting most of you, maybe even my wife, are thinking, who the hell is this guy? Or actually, it's probably more likely you don't give a shit about me and you're thinking, should I have parked in that lot across the street? Look, I'm sure your car is just fine. But let's pretend you do care who I am. First of all, a little bit about myself. I love to play golf, sleep in on the weekends, and take spur-of-the-moment international trips. I'm also a husband and dad, so forget that previous sentence. I currently work as a government contractor for a consulting firm doing classified work for the Department of Homeland Security. That's not a joke. When asked what we do for a living, many of my colleagues like to tell people, if I told you, I'd have to kill you. When the truth of the matter is, if we told you, it's far more likely you'd want to kill yourself. Previous to my current job, I worked for the Post and Courier for almost 13 years, writing hard-hitting news stories. Or maybe it was fluff pieces, details. Anyways, don't worry, I'm not here to bore you about any of that. Instead, I'm going to bore you about something completely different. Tonight, I am going to share with you the most important story of my life, the very thing that has made me the person that I am today. When I was born back in 1975, I was a normal kid just like everybody else. Except I dressed like Mickey Mouse for the first day of school. That's not Halloween. I got beat up a lot. As I got older, clearly things got worse. Along with puberty came all the embarrassing stuff like acne and morning wood, but absolutely none of the cool stuff like getting taller or meeting the tooth fairy. Lucky for me, puberty had one more little bonus in store for me: really sweaty hands. Doctors called what I had hyperhidrosis. Ninth grade girls called it, "Don't touch me." Just think about all the times you use your hands in the course of a day: shaking, dancing, opening a door, dribbling a basketball. True story, I had to start using a washcloth when I was taking notes in school so I wouldn't soak through the paper. I began to withdraw into my own little shell and became painfully shy. But this isn't one big, dark, depressing tale. No, there are a few silver linings here. In fact, one of my childhood friends, we'll call him Andy Katz, because that's his name and he's a dick, so there's no need to protect his identity, used to make fun of me relentlessly. This hurt my feelings, but Andy's bald now, so fuck him. My wife didn't even laugh that loud. Okay, so anyways, this kind of throws me off a little bit, but keep cheering. This is great. So anyways, this got worse and worse and worse, my sweaty hands as I got older, and eventually it turned into facial blushing. So I would turn as red as that Pontiac Aztec and as embarrassed as if I were caught driving it. So my doctors gave me some options. They said you could take some oral medications, which didn't work. Topical medications, those didn't work. Next thing I tried was this beauty called Dryonic. Look at that stupid bitch. The only way I'd put one of those things under my arm if there was a scorpion under there. So eventually my research on how to fix my problem brought me to a doctor in Sweden. All right, I did not anticipate this. So anyway, yes, okay, all right. Y'all are beautiful people. So anyways, so I'm gonna try and rush through this. And it's important. There was a doctor there who did this surgery, and it was kind of a lucky occurrence that the surgery did to treat people with depression to slow down their heartbeat. Also, as a side effect, stop their hands from sweating. Now, they know this because they happen to have one person who had sweaty hands and facial blushing. And it turned out that it fixed that too. So all of a sudden, you know, we're cooking. So all I knew about this is the mid-90s, and all I knew about this was who did it and that it happened in this spooky-ass hospital you're looking at. So eventually I just said, screw it. I made a few calls, bought a plane ticket to Gothenburg, Sweden, and I made an appointment to have the surgery. The surgery only took 20 minutes, but when I woke up, my hands were completely dry, and my life had forever changed. The first thing I did once I woke up was I put my hand on the hospital room window. I know it sounds weird, but this is how I tested the surgery. It was really cold out, and I held my hand up there for like 10 seconds, and when I took it away, right in front of me, there was nothing. No sweat, no warm outline of my hand, nothing. That day, my life became fun again. I started talking to people, shaking hands, making friends. I took a job with the Post and Courier doing all sorts of amazing things, something I never would have done before the surgery. When I got back to the States, my friends told me I was a different person, but deep down I knew I was finally the person I was always meant to be. So here I stand before you today, 13 years removed from the moment that forever changed my life, and with that time has come some clarity. I've learned that we all have that one flaw, that one thing we wish we could change about ourselves. Some people don't like their nose, others hate the sound of their voice, but it's up to each and every one of us to overcome those flaws, to become better, stronger people who are more tolerant of others. Except for me, I had surgery to fix mine, so up yours. I'm just gonna stand up here for an hour. Before I step down, I would like to do one thing. This is, in Marriage 101, what I have done is the giant fuck up. Today is my wife's birthday. I agreed to do this, not remembering that today was her birthday. So I was hoping, since she was so sweet to come and do this and support me on her birthday, that we could sing her happy birthday. She doesn't want to, which is why it'll be awesome. Her name is Kristen, and I will lead us. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kristen. Happy birthday to you. I love you. Go Sweden.